Many of you know Jerome Oswald as the new head and CEO of Nuka Corporation. That is true. Also the director of the Institute, and is the #1 suspect for the Mechanist. You were also right, but the Commonwealth does not know that. The Commonwealth will not ever know the true identity of the Mechanist. And I'm here to tell you why. Many of you other Vault Dwellers seem to think that you are better than my true power. But I don't judge. You want to truly live in a Commonwealth that is truly free? Then join me, Jerome Oswald, in a new world that isn't just free. It's also where the real power comes in. Some of you still decide to judge me for my supposed wrongdoings, but I can assure you it's only for the future of the Commonwealth. I make these sodas by day, and I don my mask and costume at night. Some of you are still in question of my deeds, but many of you have absolutely nothing to fear. And just like how the Institute is the true future of the Commonwealth, so is the Mechanist. The Silver Shroud has done no good at all, and for that he has failed the Commonwealth. And yet I know his true identity. Nick Valentine shall be arrested and placed in a pillar at the very church of the Mechanist. Yes, the church of the Mechanist. Many of you still believe that I'm some sort of super villain wandering the Commonwealth. I am not the bad guy. And if I'm truly the bad guy, what does that make the rest of the Vault Dwellers? Some of you don't seem to think you know who I am. The Commonwealth doesn't know who the true Mechanist is. And for that, there is a sense of congratulating the rest of the Commonwealth for not knowing the true identity of the Mechanist. But the true enemy of the Commonwealth happens to be the Silver Shroud. And Nick Valentine must be punished for his crimes against the Commonwealth. Unlike most people, he is the true enemy of the Commonwealth, and I intend to put a stop to his terror. He's not so much as just a Silver Shroud imposter. He's mainly what most people would label a copycat killer. And I do mean a copycat murderer, such as Thierry Sheridan, Mark Twitchell. But only a few copycats ever get away with such crimes in the world today. I'm about to prove Nick Valentine wrong. But today is not the day. I am here to give the Commonwealth and the rest of the fellow Vault Dwellers, and I am not your overseer. I am the Nuka Corporation CEO, and it is my distinct pleasure to meet you all. For some of my altercations with the Gunners, other Raiders, and other undesirables of the Commonwealth, you have absolutely nothing to fear with me. Your true overseer is not me. I am merely just your Nuka-Cola CEO. I will repeat myself. I am not your overseer. I am your Nuka-Cola CEO. Nuka Town, Nuka World is all mine. Nothing else. Nothing else is in my true power. Nothing at all. I'm just a mere comic book character brought to life in ways that cannot be explained to the mouth. Look at my work. Look at what I've created. You think rebuilding Nuka World was easy? It wasn't. Many of you other Vault Dwellers seem to think that I am the true villain. The true villain of the Commonwealth happens to be that no-good Silver Shroud.
Ow. I think I might have pulled a muscle or something.
And yet true justice will see to it that his crimes will be tried. Some of you people of the Commonwealth and Nuka World seem to believe that the Mechanist is responsible for Far Harbor's destruction. That is not true. The Silver Shroud is responsible for Far Harbor's destruction. The Mechanist will bring him to justice, I can assure you. The Silver Shroud is not the hero he is depicted in his own comic books. No, this copycat murderer is the villain everyone fears.
With this place all lit up, we're gonna be in serious business.
The Mechanist will put an end to the Silver Shroud. Permanently. It's only a matter of time before he's finally captured for destroying Far Harbor permanently. I am not your enemy.
Life's too short for bullshit. Gotta party like it's your last day every day.
As your new CEO of Nuka World, I only got one purpose, is to sell a brand new mixture of Nuka-Colas that are not radiated. That is my pure goal, my sole mission for the Commonwealth and Nuka World. The Silver Shroud destroyed my life's work. He has ensured the full destruction of Far Harbor. The Mechanist had absolutely nothing to do with Far Harbor's destruction.
As long as you keep your eyes on the merchandise and off of me.
Let's see what you got.
This is a dangerous game the Shroud is playing. And I do intend to bring him to justice. Some of you probably already believe that I am lying to my fellow Vault Dwellers. That is not true. I'm not your overseer, but I do care about those in need.
Park sure is a sight.
All others point to me.
Can't believe you
Insane.
guys got the
Aaron.
power back on.
Unless you're here to take this
Been a
call
hell of a
off
job.
me.
I've got a few minutes to browse.
Sure.
No crime has been committed by the Mechanist, I can assure you. The slaves here happen to be prisoners in the Mechanist's new justice system that has not truly taken hold until just recently.
The guy selling chems is
Hey, Shelby.
a little off.
Plenty of supplies for you, boss.
I've got a few minutes to browse.
Sure thing.
No superhuman in a Silver
We will
Shroud
look at you,
costume
or
is
does
going to
your first plan?
take over the Commonwealth. No.
Actually, I need some supplies for the road.
Here's what I've got.
The Commonwealth belongs to the Institute, not the Mechanist or the Silver Shroud. A lot of people think that the Mechanist is a menace. He's not.
This place really makes me want a Nuka Cola.
Not looking for trouble.
Is the
Just some good deals.
I'll take a look, sure.
As I'm selling my newer versions of a non-radiated Nuka Cola, it is my duty to make sure that my products go. I may be flush with cash, but I do intend to bring good use to these caps. Not everyone can see through the mask of this Silver Shroud. All I know is that the Silver Shroud resides someplace in Diamond City, and I do intend to bring him to justice. That, or the Mechanist will do it for me. Either way, he is not getting away with his crime. My fellow citizens of the Commonwealth, you have nothing to fear. Public enemy number one will be dealt with permanently. And the true soul of Far Harbor will have its justice, will have its vengeance, if you wish to say that. Instead, no other man has been detained for this awful crime. An entire island literally wiped out by creatures because of a wind turbine mainframe, which was deactivated in order for this town of Far Harbor to be attacked. I can assure you, my fellow vault dwellers, that I am not the man responsible, but Nick Valentine is the man truly responsible for the crime. I say we all head to the Church of the Mechanist and pray that the Mechanist himself will set this cloaked demon behind bars, or locked in a pillar for the rest of his days until death. Many other vault dwellers may not seem or see the true nature of this crime or criminal,
Things just got interesting.
but the Mechanist merely just wishes to help his fellow man. He's not a torturer, he's not your enemy. But those that are enemies of the state are the ones who suffer the most. Take this submachine gun, for example. A weapon just like this, but silver, is responsible in the hands of a costumed supervillain, we should say, responsible for the crime that has been committed in our great nation, that has been rebuilt. A rebirthed country has suffered more loss than, please forgive me, this sounds offensive, but possibly the Great War of Skyrim. I'm not just the only person in my bloodline to take the mantle of somebody other than myself. My great-great-grandfather, Oswald the Khajiit, also led a similar double life. During the day, he was an average man working for the companions in Whiterun, but by night, he donned his nightingale armor and took the name Nightshade and defeated criminals throughout Skyrim and the rest of the country. The crime sprees continued to go. His children, but then again, lived in a better neighborhood. They lived in a better world because of my grandfather Oswald. But Oswald was no ordinary human being. He was a Khajiit, half man, half cat. Basically what I'm saying is that he looked like a two-legged cat with the body of a man in the shape of a cat. Claws, he did have hands, but claws especially. At night, he would don his nightingale-like persona and don the name Nightshade. One of his greatest supervillains that he's ever defeated was a dragon known as Alduin, which not only lent Nightshade great fame, but also landed him in a spot in the Commonwealth textbooks, thanks to yours truly, by the way. If it weren't for my grandfather, there wouldn't be myself. There wouldn't be the Mechanist. I have Oswald, officially known as Nightshade, to thank for the rebirth of the Commonwealth and the rebirth of the great nation. A nation not only reborn, a nation with a superior military and armed security. A nation that uses non-artificial intelligence robots to guard its residential areas and residential towns, such as Sanctuary Hills, for example. Preston Garvey, however, has aided the Silver Shroud in destroying Far Harbor, and for that he needed to die. But due to a lack of prisons, the only punishment I was able to give him permanently is never-ending work at the Mechanist's church. The Church of the Mechanist is basically the one of many few things that continue to keep the Commonwealth from falling into the wrong hands. The Brotherhood of Steel have also tried to steal the great nation from the Mechanist, but he took it back. There was no other Mechanist besides whoever he is now. Some people believe that the Mechanist may be female or male or possibly both. Once again, no offense intended. It's also believed that the Mechanist may be more than one man, but an entire conspiracy of alleged mad cosplayers roaming the Commonwealth, killing anything in their sight, creating homemade but military but heavy-duty robots in order to help them defend their supposed land. But I will bring you the truth. The truth of the destruction of this great nation lies in the one and only suspect for the Silver Shroud's true identity, Nick Valentine. The man who has brought more destruction among the Commonwealth than any other person in the world. In fact, he's not even a real person. He is a Gen number 2 synth, but is reprogrammed to believe he is human. He's not the Gen 3s like you see nowadays, like X688 for example. The next time Nick, aka the Silver Shroud, is ever donning his costume again and plotting against the Mechanist and his glorious army of robots, and with help of the faithful, the Commonwealth will truly stop this madman once and for all.
Thanks again for closing out the Nakano case. You never know where some of the hard ones are going to take you. Did you ever find what Marty was looking for? That man didn't get out of bed for free. So I have to imagine it was a pretty nice haul. Guess it's good I never visited Doc Crocker to get that touch-up I'd been thinking about.
Good to be back in Diamond City.
Represents the future of the Commonwealth. Nick,
Time to hit the road?
just looking to trade a little.
Yeah, sure thing.
We're open for business again. Thanks so much for all your help.
Rest easy, my fellow vault dwellers. The Mechanist will permanently put an end to the Silver Shroud. Many of you viewers who do not know the true identity of the Mechanist,
Now a swatter.
citizens of Commonwealth,
Everyone in this city is always jumping at Shadow. Chill out is what I say.
Excuse me.
Gotta accept life on its terms, you know? Something bad happens, just say yes to it.
there is absolutely no doubt in my mind that the Silver Shroud may have somehow joined with the Minutemen to destroy everything the Mechanist has worked so hard to achieve. The Institute colliding with the operations of the Mechanist was indeed a smart choice, but there is absolutely nothing else the Silver Shroud is going to be able to do. Will he defend himself, or will he send his supposed Minutemen to stop progress from being made? Some of you believe that aliens may have brought the Mechanist to the world, or the Silver Shroud. And yet you are wrong, once again.
I just need to trade gear with you.
Go ahead.
But those of the Commonwealth did not know a secret, the true secret of the Mechanist himself. The true identity of the Mechanist is about to be revealed to you, the viewers. Don't sit down because you just stand on the edge of your seat wondering who the hell the Mechanist truly is. But unknowing to the Commonwealth, the Mechanist is speaking to you right now. It is he who wears that white, clean t-shirt and clean pair of slacks. Disciples and the pack, I stand before you In the name of the one who wears the cape and cowl, I am the Mechanist. Your defender. Your chosen leader of the rest of this unimportant detail. The silver shroud left behind that very same costume. He will not escape from me again. Like I told you, the Mechanist continues to exist. I am that Mechanist.
Hey there.
What do you need, darling?
Kate, I think it's time for you to leave.
Sure. I'll head home and wait for you. Don't stay away too long, or I might start getting lonely.
And this is where I part from you now, until otherwise.